Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanksgiving weekend, a lot to be thankful for. That is for sure. I don't know about you guys, but I've felt since the election that I'm renewed. I feel stronger. I feel better, better for sure since the election. I don't know if that's just my feeling or, because it's not the feeling of the View. I know that it's my feeling.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the left. They're really hurting right now.
I do too. I feel terrible for them. Folks, today we got a lot to go over. We're gonna go over the new Attorney General pick, Pam Bondi, and what happened with Matt Gaetz. We'll get into some of that. We have some videos to show you of some migrant children that have arrived in the country unattended. So you can deny that's happening all you want, but we've got the proof here. They keep bashing Trump's picks, Tulsi Gabbard and Pete Hegseth specifically. But we'll talk a little bit about Tulsi Gabbard today.
You mean
some dude is going,
spy?
huh?
The Russian spy.
She's a Russian spy. Yeah, of course she is.
Yeah.
Of course she is. Why not? I mean, we're all Russian spies. We have a meltdown by some liberal influencer we're going to show you. We're going to talk with Rich, who's here from Grit Gear, the CEO of Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load Coffee, and also the treasurer of the Warrior Shield Foundation. We'll get into a little bit about what we talked about last week with their recipient of the Warrior Weekend Fest that's coming up in September of 2025. An amazing cause and an amazing story. We'll talk about that. And as always, so much more. I'll even let Jim and Rich talk on another great episode of what, Jimmy?
Live from the Patriot Prayer Network studios. It is 3 guys.
Oh, God.
1 kid.
What?
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Fight back rage, flames in the night. No more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. 2 guys, 1. Bringing light, no more lies, no more games. Stand tall and truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right.
I have to remind everybody, I know we keep getting requests for Dale and I to do everybody's intro like that because that is me on the guitar and Dale singing.
Yeah.
We just don't have time.
We just don't have the time. I mean, we're so darn popular now.
Best intro on the podcast, on any podcast. Come on, guys.
I agree. I mean, are we
We'll have to
biased?
give
Or...
Eddie credit for that.
We are the storm bringing things to light. Come on.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, except it says 2 guys, and now in days like this, we need to have a backup track that says 3 guys. 1.
Yeah.
So
No, that's all right.
we're glad you're here, Rich. Thank you for coming
Thanks for
on.
having me.
We appreciate it. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you here. I want real quick, if you guys don't mind, I got to get something out of the way. We'll just talk about the elephant in the room here real quick.
Thanks.
What is that? Oh, that's the Ohio State fight song.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
I don't hear it.
Oh, how about this one?
Nope.
I'm sorry. Okay, we'll just get that. We're not talking sports today, but the Ohio State Buckeyes defeated.
You didn't have a good time over the weekend. Is that why you were upset this morning?
Me?
Jim?
Yeah.
He's
No,
always
because actually, guys, I and again, I'm gonna be made fun of here.
Are
I
you?
know it, which is fine. I don't care.
Typical.
Went to see Wicked this weekend.
No,
Not
you didn't.
disappointed
Don't even.
at all. It was absolutely the best. So make fun of me, everybody out there. Go ahead, start.
So here's what I heard about that movie. I heard about those
I'm a
who
huge Wicked fan. So
those who read the book and those who saw the play would love the movie. Those who didn't would think this is terrible. That's what I heard.
it's
I'm not going to go see it.
My
it
daughter went and seen it and said she liked it.
Mhm. Yeah,
But-
I mean, I guess so. I'm not going to make
Do
fun of you,
believe
Jim,
I
for
was the
that.
only guy in the crowd that
bet
wanted
you
to
were.
be there.
Well, when he bought the ticket, they said, "What movie?
I'm sorry, who?
Wicked? What? Are you sure?"
I'm serious, and it was worth it. It was
No, they're probably like no transgenders in the theater, just like the military. Let's just.
it was good. It was good. So anyway, the game was terrible, but I did get to go to see.
That's all right. It was a good fight. It was a good Big Ten battle, like it always was. Indiana, Ohio State, no matter what the record is always a decent game. This was a little more spread out than I actually thought it was going to be, for sure.
Defense
Indiana's
was
had
much
far
better.
worse records where they played them tighter before, right, in the past. But
Yeah.
at any rate,
I have to turn in my man cards.
Oh man,
it's terrible. I also want to do this. Look at this.
Yeah.
wow, where'd you get that?
We got that. That is a 2 guys 1 coup coffee mug. Beautiful coffee mug from our good friends Rich and Sharon at Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load Coffee. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was unexpected and it showed up at the doorstep and it's beautiful. But thank you for making that. That was we appreciate
It was
that.
really nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
We tried both delivery services, postal service, and I think yours, Jim, came UPS.
Yep. Yeah.
And they both came in one piece, right?
They both came in one piece,
It
yeah.
would have taken, if it was dropped from 30,000 feet, it would not have broken.
The way it was
so
you guys
well
packaged it, I was like, my gosh, is there football in here?
It's
was wrapped good.
like surgery getting it out.
Yeah, it
was.
I mean, it was like that. It was totally like that.
Right?
And of course,
Anyway,
when you
so-
have those, the pop, you got to pop them, right?
Oh yeah, the
Bubble
bubble
wrap,
wrap.
you got to pop them.
Yeah, that's
So,
yeah, boy, we are talking about the important issues of the day.
Yeah, no
right.
doubt.
And Aiken, I am very sorry.
Purdue fan by marriage, so no comment. Oh, yeah, well, Purdue fan, that's fine. Basketball is your gig, Anyway, so thank you, Rich, for being here again.
Absolutely.
Boy, we got a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start other than so last week we talked about, and Rich, I know you were listening and all that. We talked about how Matt Gaetz was just a spot on choice. Honestly, we thought he'd have Senate approval problems. We knew the rhinos that were going to get in the way.
Right.
And now we know, and now one of them's in charge of the Senate Appropriations Committee. So
Exactly.
we kind of know where I'm sorry. I think I know where, Thune is going here. We know he wasn't a Trump fan and he's kind of showing it. These people are going to be in trouble in their primaries. I mean, there's just no doubt about it.
Do you think? I sure hope so.
I sure hope so. Murkowski and Collins and all. Yeah, I certainly hope they are.
Collins was a terrible.
Oh, just unreal.
Do you
It's the
guys
same old,
think
same old.
by any chance that Trump is playing chess and they're playing checkers? I mean, that's what I've been hearing across the board. That not everything's a chess piece. I get it, but with Gates, people I'm hearing from is that they knew he wasn't going to get appointed.
So here's
but
my
it
thought.
revealed some rhinos that maybe he didn't know about.
Yeah, but the problem is I think we kind of knew the rhinos, right? We kind of knew who they were based on all their talkings about January 6th. And
Correct.
I mean, these people were very vocal about that. They were very vocal about they approved the raid on Mar-a-Lago. This wasn't a surprise to me. What surprises me here, and I'm still trying to figure out the end game, is that he picked Matt Gaetz. That's fine. Matt Gaetz then retires from the House.
Right.
So the House seat's gone. I mean, literally a week before that, we just voted for him. Okay.
Right.
Now he's out of the House. Then he turns down the Attorney General job for the reasons he said he turned it down. And I believe it's the reason. I think all the nonsense about this, sexual misconduct with minors, I think that's all. Merrick Garland would have nailed him if it was true. I mean, he totally would have nailed.
Well, yeah, they found nothing.
They found nothing. So I don't believe any of that.
And we played a video last week that showed why one of the reasons they're going after him is because he went after the Pelosi's.
He did.
Well, when the View has to come on and do a fact check,
a legal
fact check about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think it's a pretty done deal that it's dismissed and
agreed.
Found nothing.
Agreed. So then now what happens to Matt Gaetz? Is he appointed a special counsel to go after January 6th committee or a special counsel to go after? I mean, so that's my point. Like, what happens now with them? Pam Bondi, I think, is a great choice. She was a great attorney general twice for the state of Florida. I think she's solid. I don't 100% always agree with her, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I think she's a solid choice, no doubt about it. And she'll get confirmed by the Senate. I think, no doubt about it. So what happens to Matt Gaetz? Where does he go from here?
Senate?
I was going to say, is that Senate seat's open? Was that
still open? Rubio's Senate seat is still open.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he be there?
Yeah.
Matt Gaetz is extremely popular in my district. Very red district, very military district. Is he statewide that popular? I don't know. So you put him in there, which is fine, but then there's going to be a special election again that he'll have to run for. Maybe they put him in as senator. That'd be something. I mean,
it helps with getting these pushed through.
Right.
That helps with getting them pushed through. So
yeah,
right.
Correct. So we'll see what happens. I just wanted your opinion on it. I wasn't quite sure.
My favorite thing is watching all the leftists out there bitching about all of his choices.
Yep.
And you look at the previous administration, and are you kidding me?
Well, it's not only that.
They care more about being at parties than they do their jobs. And it's just a joke. And these individuals that President Trump is picking is actually going to do their jobs.
Agreed.
Isn't that what it's supposed to generate?
That's what the majority of the population voted for was for him to do this and to do the job. Sweeping change in there. They're talking about appointing recess appointments, Jim. As if it's a dictatorship that he does this, right? You can't do this. You can't just appoint people during recess and all that. First of all, don't take a recess. The hell are you getting paid for? Stay there and do your job.
Right.
But here's just a list. Okay. I've got 10, 11 presidents that have assigned recess appointments in the past, starting back with FDR, who did 89 of them.
Wow.
Harry Truman did 195 recess appointments. Eisenhower 193, Kennedy 53, Nixon 41, Ford 12. Of course, he had like 2 months. Ford 12. Jimmy Carter 68, Ronald Reagan 243, George Bush Sr. 77, Bill Clinton 139, George Bush Jr. 171, and Barack Obama 28. So if he does 10 recess appointments, he's far below what a lot of presidents have done, both Democrat and Republican. So it's not out of the ordinary.
Why didn't he just tell Gaetz to hold on and
I don't know.
Appoint him during recess?
I think there was I think there was something to that where I think people are right. They just wanted to see who was going to be difficult and who was not going to be difficult. And I think they showed that's the chess.
I think so too.
There was like 4 Republicans that were not going to appoint him, correct?
Of course.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was. And so then
Colin, 53.
Colin said no, dead on arrival is what she said basically. So
Yep. And she got rewarded for it. We got this going on here from To The Point. Facebook won't let me share the show.
And Buckeye right down below it said they don't like to here, I'll show it.
Yeah, show it so we know what it says.
Facebook doesn't like sharing Rumble shows. So
wow, interesting. Well, I got a little X story to tell you. So if anybody here is listening on X, Jim and I have we are starting to focus more on it. We were bad about it. We didn't really post anything on X. We didn't really promote ourselves on X or promote the network on X. So we started this weekend to say, okay, let's jump onto this. We got to do some more, just for promotion and just to get, people to listen to us and get people to follow us and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Typical stuff you do on social media, right? And so we were, in 2 days, we gained probably close to 900 followers, right?
Nice.
On X. So, I mean, that's really good for us since we've never focused on X. Mistake on our part, probably should have, no doubt. But we did, and now we're starting to grow, and we're going to keep it going and all that. But here's a weird thing I didn't know about X. So all of a sudden, as we're doing this weekend, we're getting messages like, block 2 guys, 1 coup. You've been blocked.
What?
How dare you? So I'm like, whoa. I even commented, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what are you guys talking about? Well, they share people's contact information on there. Like I can go on there and I can write a post and I'll say, go follow at Grit Gear Apparel, go follow at Warrior Shield, or go follow, when I type them out and then I send it. Well, what I did is I saw somebody do that and I just copied their list. I'm like, oh, well, I'll help them out. I'll copy the list. I'll post it on ours to help these smaller accounts out, to try to get people to help them grow and all that. Well, apparently that's an unwritten X rule, I guess. I didn't know. Is that I copied the list instead of just reposting the guy's post who created the list. I get it. Right. He did the work, but I just thought, I was just like, well, I'll just copy it and post it. I didn't I'm just like, follow these patriots, blah, blah, blah. Let's help them out. The next thing you know, we're getting bombarded with like, you guys stole this guy's. I mean, it was like, whoa. I was like, what grade we in? Like, it was a mistake, guys, So anyways, I learned something new about X this week.
Yeah, you can copy that, but always give credit to where you're copying it.
I know, but I didn't think about that. I was just like, I'm just helping these people out.
Yeah, that's the thing that was really surprising. Yeah, is that you were helping them like he was, but they were upset because you copied.
Because he created the list. I get it. Created content. I get all that. So it is, I don't create content. I'm not in the business like our good friend Rich is. So content and all that.
Content's hard. I mean, it's hard to come up with content a lot of times. I mean, that's something that Sharon and I constantly talk about. What are we going to do? What are we going to do now? How many posts can we have of us roasting coffee beans? How many times does people want to see that? Well, but what's nice about content is you don't have to necessarily post about your stuff. I mean,
correct.
What's that big drink? I'm lost for words. I don't drink it. Energy drinks.
Oh, you're talking like Monster or anything?
Yeah,
like that,
Monster. A lot of these people, a lot of them won't even post about their product. They post about things,
something else
to bring people there,
draw the attention to them. Yeah, I understand that. Yep. So, anyways, I was like, hey, oh, here you go. You can copy my post. Thank you, Buckeye. I mean,
Jim, you can copy mine too.
And this one, to the point, I would not consider that type of post content, though. I agree. That's what I thought.
Right. I just repost what I do.
X is a weird animal, but it is fun. Agreed. So
I just repost it. That's what.
Well, that's me now. I report. I give give the people credit. They are creating the list. I understand that, but my thought was like, if I created a list and somebody just wanted to copy it to help out other accounts, I don't really care.
All right.
But we did find out one thing too.
But I'm not in 4th grade.
Especially those of you out there who are really good on X. We found out that you really have to look at who's following you before you follow them back.
That's true. Yeah. Don't just follow back everybody. Boy, we're getting some bizarro people that are like that followed us.
We have to unfollow some of them.
I mean, it's weird.
So you're saying, okay, so you guys weren't doing a lot on X. That's
at all. No. I mean, we literally did nothing on X. I mean, we promoted nothing of our show.
It's funny because I haven't done anything on X either with Lock and Load or Grit Gear.
You should.
I probably should. I mean, it's a full-time job. It's literally a full-time job doing social media.
It is.
And it comes back to content. I mean,
it does.
but it's something that I keep saying I need to do. So you're inspiring me, Jim.
Yeah, your
Oh,
last
Dale.
few Facebook posts have been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Facebook it's like, look at this. Like they won't share the Rumble. Like Facebook is Facebook's terrible. It's a cesspool.
I don't like Facebook. You know,
I don't either.
I agree with
I
that.
don't. I'm never.
I'm not a big fan of it. We're
Sharon handles all our Facebook.
But yeah. I mean, good to keep track of family, whatever. Now at this point, I don't even see any of those posts. I see just mainly garbage posts.
We hide the ones that are crazy.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I do. I've had to do that. Well, let's get into some things here, guys. Oh, what does this say? I want to make sure the exposure there is wide. What I might have missed something here.
Do it.
Yeah, it's about Rich going to X.
Yeah, I agree. And Buckeye, do it. The exposure. It is. It's super wide. There's a lot of good patriots on there. A lot of good people on there. A lot of good America First folks that I think you would benefit from, Rich, to be honest.
That's and I'm putting it out there right now. Anything I post, everybody's welcome to repost.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Yep. I mean, that's just be careful on you doing it. So that might be something else.
Here.
I got blocked on Facebook speaking out against Obama. We all have. I mean, not blocked, banned.
And you guys, are you guys aware of Ryan Weaver? What's going on with him on Facebook?
No.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
know what happened to the Warrior Shield on Facebook.
I don't even know about that one. Oh. I haven't heard what's going on.
They took their page down I don't know if it's back up now, but they took their page down claiming that they had porn on there. The Warrior Shield.
Oh, yeah. See, it
was terrible. It's terrible.
Well, it doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all.
I'll have to check into that. Oh my goodness. I don't control Facebook for Warrior Shield, obviously. I think that's chance.
Like I said, she'll repost you, Rich, just so you know that. But then go on. But what happened to
Ryan was hacked several times. He's been hacked. He has no control over his checkmark posts on Facebook. No.
Wow.
I mean, you see all these posts about him talking about Bitcoin and stuff like that. No,
not a crypto.
That's not him.
That's not him.
He's not posting those things. No.
Wow.
No.
It looks legit.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
This is getting bad. I mean,
so AI is
not
over too. It's getting terrible.
Yeah, it's not him, because I reached out to him. I'm like, Ryan, tell me about this crypto. I mean, I've been thinking about it. He's like, that's not me. That's not me.
Oh my God.
It's not me doing that. So
holy smokes.
I'm not saying anything against crypto. I mean, if you want to invest, that's fine. But I just want you to be aware, Ryan Weaver is not doing the post of that stuff and talking about, there was one that just came out, I think yesterday, about I need to shack up with someone in New York because I'm going up there or something like that. It wasn't him.
Oh my God.
I need someone to let me in so I can sleep at your place.
There's a lot of people that sit there and say, like AI and all that stuff, but this is the bad side of AI.
Sure is.
And that's why it makes me nervous as heck. Who do you believe? Who do you trust? I mean, it's crazy.
It is great. It is crazy.
We did a shirt commemorating the 13 Marines that were killed in Afghanistan. And that's the one that Ryan wore on Huckabee. You guys are aware of that story, but that was hacked on our account, and people were posting, or there was, I don't know who was doing it, was posting, buy this shirt. See, what we did, we donated all the money back to the families that were affected by that tragedy, and all the proceeds went back to them. They took my design and promoted it to earn money, making it look like it was us. It was not.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of what happens.
It's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Well, let's get into a couple things here. Boy, that was a lot to go over, but it's all
well, I have a quick question for both of you. And I want to ask this. And I saw Tiggs comment on X about it.
Okay.
Dale knows what I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
It looks like President Trump is going to not allow trans to participate in the military. It's going to be one of his first things he does when he's in office. If you look at I think 15,000 of our full military were considered trans, or whatever they want to call themselves. And so I know that I thought that was quite high. But a lot of these individuals only join the military to get their medication for free.
Yes.
And surgeries for free.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys agree with dropping the transgenders from the military?
100%.
Yep.
And I'll tell you my opinion.
Well, because you and I feel there's some
there's a mental disorder there.
Correct.
There's a mental disorder.
Yeah.
Transgenderism is a mental disorder, whether it's so mental that you're just going to go crazy or you're not, but there's still something mental there. Like it or not, you do not like your body you're in. You are willing to take drastic measures to adjust it to how you want it. I don't know if I really want that kind of mentality in the foxhole next to me.
And I don't think a soldier wants that.
Yeah, I don't, I'm not in that position. And unfortunately I never was in the military. And so I don't know that thought process. A lot of them might be like we said, Jim, hey, as long as they got my back, I got your back. And that's true too. So it's a tough call, but I think there's something drastically mental about that disorder that I don't want. Don't you,
Rich? What do you think?
Well, I understand it's probably a pretty converse topic, but no,
we're going to be called transphobia. I mean, that's what
it has nothing to do with transphobia. I mean, here's my thing, and real quickly, no, I don't think. I don't know how you stop it. First of all, I mean, unless people are coming out and clearly stating that they're transgender. I get it. You're not. How does that even happen? How does a transgender go into the Marines and wear the uniform of the Marines, but doesn't want to wear the men's uniform? How does that happen? So, no, I don't think it's. I think it starts with the mental issue that needs addressed. I just don't know how you stop it. As far as
I agree. I don't know that.
I don't. I mean, people just say I'm not transgender, but when it comes down to it, I think it comes to, is this person next to me going to protect my life, and vice versa? I don't care what you do between your four walls. I think Jim and I talked about this. That's between you and your God. But when it puts my life in a situation, I think then that needs to be addressed.
Correct.
Well, and I don't want to sit there and pay for it.
Well, no.
And that's what they're in it for, and there's some mental, it's just, and, Tig, and I think I don't want to misquote him at all. But he posted in there that, there a lot of them, I hope I'm not misquoting, but basically it's like a lot of them are not medically cleared. So,
that's a different story though. If they're not medically cleared, then definitely not. No, I think anybody with a mental illness shouldn't be in the military.
Yeah.
And
I agree. That's the thing. So,
yeah, I agree too.
So it was kind of a tough, it is a very, potential.
It'll be controversial, but I think that's not to me. It's not. Because but it will be portrayed that way.
People
of course,
are now going home and scared that they're going to be locked up, they're going to be thrown in jail, and all this stuff. And that's not what we're talking about with this particular thing here.
They always take it to the extreme, anyways.
Yeah,
they do.
When I was 17, I had bad allergies and asthma and stuff like that, and the Air Force wouldn't take me.
Yep.
I mean, for medical for that. Yep. Now, granted, you could probably get through today, certainly, but at certain things. But I wanted to fly jets back then, and it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
He says you can't even breathe on land. How am I going to put you up in a jet?
There's a lot of truth to that, so that was probably a good call. But still, that's true. Just for allergies and something like that.
And I hit severe. Granted, I was getting shots weekly and stuff like that. But
yeah. And the one place where I think, Dale and I have talked about this a couple episodes before this, DEI is the last place the defense needs to have.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Just get it out of there. And South Paul, Senator Tuberville did say our military is not an equal opportunity employer.
And that's true.
We want the best of the best out there. And I'm not saying a man who thinks he's a woman isn't, or a woman who thinks they're a man is not capable of being a perfectly fine soldier. again, we're talking about the mental stability here. And, you know, you're shown how to shoot some guns here, folks. And you're shown how to fight. You're shown. And I just think mental instability is not the best place. And I get it. There's some straight people that have some issues as well. I get it. I know they're going to say that out there and stuff, but DEI has no place in our military.
I think the truth is, and what you're saying is that I'm not saying, we're not saying, and I speak for us, so correct me if I'm wrong, that transgenders certainly can be phenomenal patriots. That's not the point, right?
No,
but there has to be some qualifications to fight and serve. It's a privilege to serve. And that's a privilege to serve. And there's got to be some sort of criteria met in order to do that.
I believe if you're unstable, like on Prozac or something like that, check me if I'm wrong. I don't even believe that would clear you to get through. Correct?
I believe.
Well, who knows? They lowered the standards because of what they
can't get people to join.
Yeah. Well, why? So, if you can't go on Prozac, Rich, then holy smokes.
I know that was true at one point. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure someone in the comment will definitely let us know.
Yeah, maybe they know.
Well, Jonah, who did serve, Jonah's our resident.
He's on our
being in the military. I've seen people who had no business being there, and it's not a good thing knowing that person might have to save your life.
So that's so thank you for. I mean, that's coming from a person who has served. So I appreciate him telling us that, because I don't know. I didn't serve.
And I do think there was a comment from another listener that if you take out if you don't allow them to get free surgeries or free medications, a lot of them won't join anyway. Because that's why they joined.
Yeah.
That's
why
they
true.
joined.
That's
true. And it is
true.
what it is. But
well, and that's what's got to stop. We got to stop funding.
Well, there you go.
We've got to stop funding this kind of surgery. I'm sorry. My tax dollars should not be paying.
No.
Like I said, it goes back. I don't care what you do.
Yes.
But if you want to chop something off on your body, I shouldn't be paying for it.
Correct.
Tell me a soldier that goes in and says, I want to chop off my left arm. Are you allowed to serve? Well, no. That's crazy.
All right.
But chopping off your genitals, not so crazy. You tell me. And then that leads me into this. And go on, Jim, if you want to play something.
I thought we should play. Let's go ahead and play a commercial here.
Okay.
And folks, it's this great line of clothing and coffee. The owners are a little the Sharon's fantastic.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
she is
50% of the ownership is on
50%.
The other 50 is equally as amazing.
Right.
So,
exactly.
We do lock and load.
I got it.
All right. Be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Is correct. We do stand as Americans. Absolutely great products, great people. So there you go. GritGearApparel.com, lock and load coffee.com. Big Black Friday sales coming up here, folks.
Yeah, we got something coming out this week.
Yep. So is that just in store or online as well?
No, we'll do it online too.
You will?
Yeah, we'll put something up for online sales.
So let me ask you a question while I got you on the spot here.
Sure.
It is a Black Friday sale, so there is a sale. If they use coupon code 2GUYS, do they still get 10% off the sale price of that?
No, what happens is you can only use one code on
okay.
All right. So I mean, I could put 2 guys to the equivalent of what our code is going to be for Black Friday. If you guys want for that one day, or
that'd be awesome.
Actually through the weekend. I think it's because Cyber Saturday is we'll have it then, and then through at least till Monday morning.
Good. So that's this coming up week, right?
It'll be Sharon's been working on what we're doing. She's doing the store. Sharon handles our storefront. So what we're giving there, and then but we'll figure something on how much we're going to be able to do online and stuff like that.
Let us know, and we'll promote it on X.
Yeah, there you go. So I can change the amount for 2 guys. If you'd like me to, that way.
That's up to that's up to you.
That.
I mean,
completely.
That'd be great. That'd be great. So we'll post that. We'll make sure we promote it.
And we both have some big orders coming up. So
go out there.
Yeah, but I've kept you guys' emails out of it. You can't use it.
You can't use it.
Well, we don't have to use it.
I'm kidding.
We've been banned just like Facebook. Rich is the Mark Zuckerberg of the clothing world.
And Dale didn't get the memo on the shirts to wear today. So
I didn't. Well, no, I mean, it's just you didn't get the memo on the hoodie to put on. Oh, wait, you don't wear them.
If you see me in a hoodie, something is seriously wrong.
These are the most comfortable hoodies I've ever owned in my life. And I'm not I've said that ever since I put them on.
If I could cut the hood off, it would be great.
Yeah, I do the zip ups, and it's like 45 degrees here today. This is what I wore to work.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it is.
They're lunatics.
It's long sleeve.
It's long sleeve. Oh, well, at least you did that.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's going to be 78 here today, so I had this one.
All right,
folks.
All right. Let's talk about some of these picks.
So well, okay. So I want to go into this first because we kind of left before you went to the commercial. I was going to play this because we were kind of on the whole where funding goes and all that. Well, we recently found out that funding for vet, and this will tie into what I want to talk about with Rich and all that about the Warrior Shield Foundation. We found out that funding for vets has now gone to illegals. And that doesn't surprise us, but I mean, it is coming out that amongst other things. So I want you to hear this, and then we'll talk about it.
Administration been helpful for you? Have we seen numbers go up or down? And what about under Trump?
Well, it was interesting. Trump's first term, it was way down, veteran homelessness, because they were really heavily leaned into the veteran community. And then when we had this migrant crisis, a lot of the VA HUD-VASH funds that are supposed to house homeless veterans ended up getting reallocated to migrants. So it went up by 12%. And I think it will go back down under this new administration.
Wow. So that money that was supposed to go to veterans went to the migrants. Correct. And that's why some of these veterans are on the street. They didn't tell that first guy why he wasn't allowed to stay in the shelter.
Well, they're not allowed to stay in the shelter because there's not enough shelters is the problem. And if you went to prison, like most of these people have gone to prison for domestic violence drugs, and then they can't get in the shelter. They won't put them in these military shelters, so they continue to not get rehabilitated. They just retain their trauma for their whole life.
Well, I know you're going to be working with Washington. You're a lobbyist as well. You'll be working with Doug Collins and whoever some of these appointments, if these appointments go through, Pete Hegseth possibly. So thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. You're awesome. All right.
So interesting, right? I think we all knew funding. We heard the FEMA was going to, to illegals. We knew that, but the very not talked often enough about homeless veterans, right? And so taking funding from, what it just concludes to me that a Democrat should never hold office in any city, in any state, in any nation, ever again. This is what they do. And it really aggravates me. And so leading into the whole, homeless vets, which we know was really a big portion of the Warrior Shield's recipient last year was Sub-Zero mission.
Correct.
Right.
As heard by Steve Cleverly, who's a sergeant at arms for Warrior Shield last Wednesday on our show. If you hadn't listened to that, please go back and listen to that episode. This year's, or 2025's recipient is the Corporal Chad O Foundation.
Right.
And this has to do with PTSD. And if you don't know his story, and I've extensively read it and watched some videos and just kind of brushed myself up on what took place and the timeline that it took place, it's really a tragic story of a true patriot who loved his country, who did not get the support he needed. Back in the day, 2006, 2008, that area. It's Corporal Chado, CPLCHADO.org. You can go there, look at it, and we're going to talk more about it. But Rich, I don't know if you want to bring up a little bit about how Warrior Shield came to the decision to support them and what it really is about. So,
well, us board members, are 6 of us that vote on any recipient that we're doing for. And again, I've only been the treasurer for a year now. I started this year, so this was my first vote. And when Steve brought them up, he brought it to the table, and all of us immediately were on board with this, and also how we're going to proceed from here on out, electing people to do our gala and all that for. So I don't know if you guys are familiar that about 22 veterans commit suicide daily. Daily. That's on an average. Basically because of this illness that they come back from war from. And it just goes unnoticed by most of the people, most of the media, most of the Congress. They just neglect to even respond to it.
Correct.
And this is something that it's true to my heart, is that we need to, first of all, we need to help the people on the street and with TD, and stuff like that. So it was a win-win. It was something that we all agreed with immediately. It wasn't like we had to really discuss about it. It was something that we all said, yes, this is where we want the money to go this year. So all the money that we raise for this event will go to that 501. So.
Yep, a true one. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
And there was reports that came out earlier that we did. We talked about it too. It's not just with the shelters and everything. It's also the VA hospitals.
Right.
They were illegals. They were told that you have to, and illegals don't pay, folks.
Yeah.
Right. So these are veterans that have to reschedule their surgeries, or they had to push their surgeries out, or stuff. And we first initially heard that. I had to do some research on it to make sure it was true, because we don't Dale and I don't go out and spout off things that we hear from,
Correct.
So we have to check and look into it, and it is true that veterans were going to VA hospitals and their appointments were being pushed out. They couldn't get in to see them because they had these illegals that were in there that they had to, and the government was paying them.
Well, if you want to hear even more about, you can bring Ryan on. He can discuss a lot about the VA and all that kind of stuff. What he's dealt with and stuff like that. But it's been too long, and it's been going on for years. Our veterans are pushed aside, and now during this administration, have been pushed aside for illegals.
Right.
Yes.
And I, for one, I am not on board with that.
Nope.
I wasn't able to serve, but I have total respect for someone who gives up
100%.
4 years of their lives to go in and say, I'm going to serve for this country because that's the right thing to do. And
whether it's war or peacetime,
it's war or peace,
or respect.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to go in 81 during Reagan administration. I wanted, there was no war going on, but at the time, but I still wanted to serve, but and just didn't happen for myself.
81. Jeez, how old are you?
Yeah. Well,
you look amazing. Like
I know you look younger than me. So
you do. You do. Trust us.
Well,
you do. Like everyone agrees.
Well, I was 17 in 81, so there you go. You can do the math.
Yeah, I figured it out. Well, let's. I got a couple other things that I want to make sure we get into here, and so. I don't know which direction I want to go, because I think I want to save MSNBC here for near the end. But the talking about illegals and how everything's going towards them in the Biden-Harris administration, and how that will all change, obviously, now. And we go into the missing children, right? And children coming over unaccompanied and all that. And how we're told all the time that's just BS. That's not happening. There's not this there's not these 350,000 children missing. Nothing like that's happening. You know, just basically like there's not 22 vets a day committing suicide, right? You just don't. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to report on it. They think they're calling you a liar. But here's something that just happened over the weekend. Okay. Now this is all going to be in Spanish, so you'll have to read it. I'm not going to read it to everybody. So if you're just listening, you know, good luck. But we'll explain it here. Yeah. But this is what happened after this weekend. And this is a 2-year-old child, by the way. Let's listen. Here we go.
¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿2 años? ¿No vienes con tu mamá y tu papá? ¿No? ¿Vienes sola? ¿Para dónde vas, mamá? ¿Dónde están? ¿Estados Unidos? Okay.
So what you heard was them asking the 2-year-old girl, what did she come by herself? Yes. Are your parents with you? No. She had with her, and I'll read this because this came directly from our now new border czar, Tom Homan. It said earlier today, so this happened Saturday, the Texas Department of Public Safety came across a group of 211 illegal aliens in Maverick County, Texas. Within this group, there were 60 minors without parents ranging in age from 2 to 17. That's 6 of those young children coming all the way from Mali and Angola. Among them was this, what we just played, this 2-year-old child from El Salvador who stated she traveled to the U.S. alone. All she had with her was a note with a contact number and a name. That's it.
Yep.
So you want to talk about human and sex trafficking?
It's a 2-year-old child.
2-year-old child from El Salvador by herself. And 6 of the children were from Mali and Angola. And they made a journey by themselves.
Going to see the parents in the United States.
Something doesn't add up here. Something none of it does. Just doesn't add up.
Yeah. None of it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sad, and it's not talked about enough. And this is why you have to close the border. You have to stop the access to human. You can talk about it being a humanitarian crisis because it is, because they're trafficking children. They are using these children, sex trafficking. You know, that's what they're doing with these children. It's obvious. It's blatant. It's on purpose. And if you close the border, that stops happening here, at least, right? You can address the bigger issue. Right now, they're coming in over there. It's in our country. We're allowing this to happen. Our country, we're allowing this to happen. And that's why Tom Homan, I think, is the absolute spot on perfect choice for borders are. Right. He's going to stop this crap from happening. It's sickening.
And hopefully they keep track of this child.
Hopefully they do.
Hopefully.
You know, well, he's not in charge yet. So, you know,
this is something that I myself, I just can't wrap my head around. I don't understand. I don't understand the draw that happens with children like this. I don't understand it. I just don't get why there's a epidemic of this pedophilia. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I don't
get it.
I don't either. I guess it's the same as I don't understand transgenderism. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around any of this. Why you'd want to do that to your own body? Why would you want to rape and abuse a child?
I don't get it.
You know, like I don't know what kind of mental capacity or what kind of person has to walk this earth to think that. There's an awful lot.
I think our laws need to change when someone's convicted like this. I think the parents have the right to stand them up and shoot them.
Oh, if the parents are even alive.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean,
so yeah. I agree.
It's a sickness. It's
and they're trying to normalize it.
Yeah. Well,
and the left is just.
Well, they're leaving the country, man. All these people that are probably on the list that Trump wants
the Epstein Island list. Yeah.
Well,
the list. Yeah.
I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of common names on both lists.
Yep, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. You will. I mean, Ellen left the country. Aren't we all disappointed in that? I mean,
yeah, lost some sleep last night when I heard about that. Not.
Yeah, me too. It was sad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some picks. Right, we know why hasn't an FBI director been picked yet? First of all, what are we waiting on?
That is
who
is thinking the same thing.
Yeah, why? What is taking this one so long? Is it because
is he weeding out? Is it?
Huh? And well, yeah, I don't know. Or is it just we're doing more extreme betting on a pick like this because of maybe the Matt Gaetz situation? I don't know. I just think there's more about it all that we're not aware of. Right. But I for one am vying for Kash Patel. If you don't know who he is, if you're not familiar with him, this is the guy. I mean, it was trending this weekend, number one on X, hashtag cash only, because it's true. This guy, and they fare him, maybe this is why. So I'm going to play something and then we'll come back.
You've been a student of all of this for many, many years, with all of your roles, including the Chief of Staff of the Department of Defense. I want to get your take on what former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe said about you. He targeted you specifically, saying that you would be dangerous. No part of the FBI's mission is safe with Kash Patel in any position of leadership in the FBI.
Sorry, which is an endorsement for Kash Patel, by the way.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
really?
That's exactly why he's the right choice. Yeah, right. Moving on. Yeah.
And certainly not in the deputy director's job. From Andrew McCabe, your reaction?
Well, look, my 16 plus years in government service as a public defender, as a national security prosecutor, as a civilian in Joint Special Operations Command, leading President Trump's counterterrorism missions, taking out Baghdadi, returning hostages, serving as his deputy director of national intelligence, and lastly, as chief of staff. The only thing I was beholden to was the United States Constitution. And yes, I was a lead investigator where we exposed the Russiagate crimes that Comey, McCabe, Strzok, and Page, and so many others committed. And we reported to Congress those oversight matters, and those were taken up through them in the right course to the American people. So if anyone has a complaint about that and questions my unwavering commitment to the Constitution, I'm happy to talk to them about it. I'm especially happy to talk to the media about it. But you can look at my record, and those calling me a danger, let's just ask them for a proof, a piece of evidence that actually shows I've committed any constitutional violations or any ethical quandaries, and I'd love to hear their response to this.
Yeah, it's interesting because all of this, when they were saying Russia, Russia, Russia with President Trump, they were actually missing what was a serious danger, and that was communist China. And I know you've also done extensive work on the threat of communist China. Talk to us about that in terms of what you see as the most important threats facing this nation right now.
It dovetails what we were talking about. These leaders of DOD, the IC, and everywhere else have to report back to the Senate their findings and revolve around their budgets and make sure that we are attacking our adversaries. So it's threefold for me. It's the CCP, it's Russia, and it's Iran. And it's what they're doing in space, especially that is concerning. They have taken a leap. Remember, people were laughing at President Trump when he created the Space Force. He did that brilliantly.
Right.
Yeah. So, keep that in mind. That's right.
You also think this will be a recess appointment?
Good call.
I
just thought about that. Never thought about that.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Because we have, there's good question when you ask that, good question. Why is this taking so long?
Yeah.
Well, he needs to put someone in there, right? For sure. I mean, that's,
this is what Buckeye thinks. So I had it up there, but you clearly removed it on me, Jim. I think because whoever it is will be the biggest one scrutinized and trying maybe to save the media onslaught against them. I agree. But I think Kash can. I think he's clearly qualified, more qualified, and I think can handle the media onslaught. I don't think he has a problem.
Who else would be qualified in your opinion? Right. See.
Yeah. Well, see, we're not in the.
I'm not in the mix. I'm not in the know, but still, you're right.
But I'll be honest with you. Something's got to change. This past administration, it's a shit show. I mean, our transportation secretary didn't even go visit the city in Ohio, East Palestine, Ohio, after a tragic incident happened. And then other train derailments under his watch have happened. The whole thing has gotten out of control, and he's paid because he likes trains.
Correct.
Doesn't mean that you should be the Secretary of Transportation.
Right.
Agree.
So we all know that this administration was a DEI administration. We know that.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Look what happened. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So the deep state, all right, because we can't forget about this. The deep state cannot let Akash Patel in.
Correct.
So they're going to do whatever they can to keep him from getting
for
in.
this reason, as
exactly.
they are so intimidated by him.
Yes,
and they
are.
Yeah, they're going to go after and Cash and Bondi and all of these individuals that are being put into these positions are going to go after, because it's not going after because of political opponents. They're going after him because they broke the law.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what they're scared of.
Yeah.
Regardless what side you're on, if you broke the law.
Exactly. Well, see, that's the thing. When you break the law, if you're a Republican and you break the law, we don't support you.
Right.
You know, but you have to prove it.
Yeah.
Right. The whole thing with Gates, the whole thing with Hegseth right now, the accusations going around about him. Well, there's evidence that it didn't happen.
Right.
And if it did, he was single at the time, and it wasn't a sexual assault.
It was this stuff up. Yeah. Well, Hegseth is different. Hegseth now has complete evidence. The police. It was the woman was getting text messages from her husband. She was ignoring.
That's died down. That Hegseth thing is starting to die down because, as always, if Rich would run for any political office, he is literally, the minute he announces, he's most likely within 24 hours being accused of some sort of sexual assault by the left. Right? It does. That's just that's their playbook,
and that's what's going to happen. But these individuals, they're not going to mess with this stuff. They're just not, and they got to stop it. The deep state has to stop it, because their gravy train is about to end. And don't make no mistake, folks. The DOGE, and now that Marjorie Taylor Greene is now in for the House side working on that.
Yep.
There's waste out there, and we know it. It's going to get cleaned up, which is why this is not these positions are not appointed positions. They're appointed positions, but they don't go through hearings for approval.
Yep.
They're there. So, look, this is what needs to happen. Okay. It needs to happen. And these things need to go on.
We voted for it to happen.
Akash Patel needs to be the head of the FBI because it needs to get cleaned up.
Yeah, and they just need to incriminate these people. That's what they need to do. They need to make situations where, they did this, they did that, to discredit who they are. Yeah. That's all they have to go on. They have nothing else. They're trying to discredit them, who he's appointing, because they know they're in trouble.
Well, here's a good example of that. Tulsi Gabbard, right? Director of Intelligence. Here's somebody who served with her, and of course, this is on. Who's this reporter? I'm going to bring her up. You could tell me, Jim. I forget her name right now.
Of U.S. intelligence.
Her. On CNN. I can't remember.
Name.
Well, listen to this. This is somebody who served on the Senate, also a war veteran. So I thank her for her service, and she's obviously her sacrifice.
Right.
But she clearly is also dealing with some mental issues, as you'll hear. So,
operations. She has promoted Russian propaganda. Your fellow Democrat, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, called her, quote, likely a Russian asset. Now, you and Tulsi Gabbard are both veterans. You served with her in the House. What do you think of her?
Well, I think she's compromised. I think by going to Syria and basically backing a brutal dictator there. Russian-controlled media called her a Russian asset. So
then she's got to be. If Russia's calling you a Russia asset, it's because Russia's afraid of you. That's why. So, I'll finish it.
I do think that we have a real deep concern whether or not she's a compromised person. And frankly, the U.S. Intelligence Committee, the U.S. Intelligence Community has identified her as having troubling relationships with America's foes. And so my worry is that she couldn't pass a background check.
Oh, God.
couldn't pass a background.
Joe Biden passed a background check.
Oh, where am I? Remove her. Get a Joe. So, I mean, Tulsi Gabbard, let's see here. U.S. Army Reserve, Hawaii Army National Guard from 2003 to 2020. I mean, let's see, first Samoan American member of Congress. She was a candidate in 2020 for the primaries in the Democratic primary. She served the Hawaii National Guard in 2003 and was deployed in Iraq from 2004 to 2005, where she served as a specialist with the medical unit of 29th Infantry Brigade Combat Team. In 2007, Gabbard completed the officer training program at the Alabama Military Academy and graduated at the top of her class. She was stationed in Kuwait from 2008 to 2009 as an Army military police. In 2015, Gabby became a major with the Hawaiian Army National Guard. In 2020, she transferred to the U.S. Army Reserve. She was promoted to the rank of lieutenant colonel in 2021 while deployed in the Horn of Africa as the civil affairs officer. Clearly a Russian asset, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that's everything I'm reading there is clearly nothing. She has done nothing but serve her country. You know,
right. You know, when she ran for president in 2020, I remember even saying to myself, well, she sounds more like a Republican than a Democrat at the time. And the more she talks, the more she's been out there, the more I like her. So,
there are some things I still don't agree with her. I don't agree with every one of them 100%, but she is clearly. Yeah, she is clearly more Republican than she is Democrat, and clearly more Republican than she is independent.
Right.
And not a rhino,
right.
You know, not a rhino Republican. So even Bernie Sanders, of all people, Socialist Sanders agrees with her in that position and denies this whole Russia asset thing. I can't believe still on the weekend news they're still playing this as truth.
They got nothing else, Dale.
They got nothing else.
That's what they got to do.
It's slow now. We dominated them. What else are they going to do?
Remember, this is the same group that never questioned Tim Walz and his relationship with China.
Yep, you're right.
Anyway.
Yeah. God, you guys. So I wake up every day not only just feeling better, but thanking God that it's not Kamala and Walz. Like, I can't even imagine what that 4 years would have looked like and what has happened to Kamala. She's on vacation. You haven't heard a word from her.
She's in Hawaii. She's in Hawaii.
Yeah, I think she's in Hawaii. So
they're already talking that she's the lead candidate for 2028.
There's no possible way.
Go ahead.
Bring her on. Love it. Would love to have her.
She's not going to get any better in 4 years, folks.
No, she's not. Only worse. You know, she is not going to get better. So, yeah.
Can you imagine her going up against JD or somebody, you know, or even or Trump Jr., whatever.
Anybody. Yeah, nobody.
JD.
Yeah,
if he wants it.
Yeah. I can't imagine that. So there was that. Jim, I only have a couple more. One of them is funny how they're talking about Trump and you know deportations, and they're gonna, you know, he's gonna deport and he's gonna separate families, and we got to close the border and all that. Well, here's just a brief. You know, some of the big head honchos in the Democratic Party still today, and here's what they said about immigration, just as a reminder.
United States, undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No
Racist.
Questions asked, they're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes, and you have to try to learn English, and you have to wait in line.
Guys?
Well, it fit their narrative back then.
It did fit their narrative back then.
But if we played something more recent from her,
it'd be quite a different story, wouldn't it? You know, just because Trump is for this. I'm gonna finish it here real quick.
Okay, Clinton. I was wondering what you think about like securing the Mexican border with some of the illegal immigrants that come in. Just wondering.
Well, look, I voted numerous times when I was a senator to spend money to build a barrier to try to prevent.
You mean a wall?
Illegal immigrants from coming
Some people
in.
might call that a wall. I don't
and
know.
I do think you have to control
the
your
American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. If you don't think it's illegal, you're not going to say it. I think it is illegal and wrong, and we have to change it.
Will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City.
Wow. I mean, can you imagine the hypocrisy and the bull crap of it all, you know? Yeah, that's why we didn't buy it. That's why their opinions didn't matter this time. That's why Hollywood didn't matter. That's why the mainstream media didn't matter. And the people spoke up. And
boy, and Hollywood's got you not listening to me?
Yeah.
You really didn't listen to me? No, we didn't listen to you.
Their panties are in an uproar.
Again, how many times do we have to talk about? They don't have to worry about the interest rate of their home mortgage going up. They didn't have to worry about
gas
going to the
prices
grocery store.
Right.
They didn't have to worry about that stuff.
Yeah. They don't feel the pain.
In preaching to the rest of us who do, it's a turnoff.
It is.
And
correct.
That's what happened. And then to find out you had to pay him to be there, that was even better. So
overpay him, too, even from what was initially reported.
And them not doing what they said they were going to do. I mean,
correct.
Beyonce was supposed to sing. Well, they were told that she was going to sing.
Yep.
But
5-minute speech and she's out. Millions later. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This is just exact example of what goes on. They say what they want to get votes. Back then, that's what they needed to say. Now it's the other way.
Correct. You're right about that. There's some comments on here I'm not playing. But
there's a troll in there somewhere.
There's a troll.
Not even going to. But who cares?
I have two more, Jim.
And there's an awful lot of females in the new administration that we kind of agree with. So talking about.
Yeah, I know. Two more I want to play. So I'm going to play this one first. This is kind of the liberal meltdown, right? So this is and I don't know this person, but she apparently is some sort of travel influencer, gives people tips on travel and tips on how to pack a suitcase, just all the other little bull crap that nobody really thinks about or cares, but apparently she's got a following that does. Don't know her. But somebody made I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to stop it for real quick before we even.
Heartbreak as I watch.
Okay, so the comment says, "Oh my gosh, I can't even see that. Can you guys?"
I used to like you so much more. I don't care what you believe. I like this travel info, not this.
Okay, so it's political. So they like when she preaches, about, or she does her little travel tips and all that. But somebody made a comment to her on TikTok that he doesn't appreciate her political comment. He just talk about travel. It's like LeBron James, shoot the ball, shut up about politics. Right. Do your role, stay in your lane. Right. But she didn't. And so now she's responding to this guy. So
by country prepare to violently round up vulnerable immigrant children and ship them off to concentration camps.
I paused. Like the 2-year-old that came over by herself with a note with a name. We're going to do that. We're going to ship them to concentration camps. So in denial, these lunatics. You can tell by their eyes. Like, look at their eyes, right? You can tell a liberal by their eyes.
And this stuff is not going to be considered.
It's true. It's dead behind there. It's just dead eyes. Huh?
She looks like a Clinton wannabe.
She does. What'd you say, Jim? I'm sorry.
And this stuff isn't misinformation.
No,
I mean, they can spout off anything they want, and we at least have we have truth behind us.
Yeah,
we have evidence that shows this.
Correct.
There's nothing there that he is going to ship. He is going to start with the bad guys first.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's it. Let me finish this lunatic here.
My heartbreak is making it a little too difficult for me to talk to you about how to pack your suitcase. And I'm sorry, as I look at young girls who are being forced into birth slavery all throughout our country, It's making it difficult for me to want to post content where we're evaluating different types of suitcases. It's certainly horrifying to me as I watch people who are already struggling to make ends meet and know that they're going to see 20 to 60% tariffs on the cost of goods, and that's really going to be difficult for those families. So it's hard for me to then want to create content about all of the luxurious hotels in Paris that are my favorites. It feels a little out of tune to be talking about the excitement of going to visit my favorite restaurants when people right now are terrified that their LGBTQ children are going to become suicidal.
Oh,
So-
God.
I literally, it's almost done. Do you want me to just stop, or do you want to hear the rest
I
of
don't
it?
want to give her any more credit.
Yeah.
You get the point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, the disinformation. Where's the proof? How many children committed suicide during Trump's first term? LGBTQ children. How many did during Biden's? Do we know any of those facts?
No, there's no numbers.
There's no
but
numbers.
I do think we
There's
have
no
more
justification
numbers.
for it.
There are more numbers out there that showed that more people committed suicide 7 years after they started treatment.
Yeah, that's right. Hormone treatment.
On hormone treatment or surgeries or whatever.
Yes.
That number has gone up and is actually higher. And because it's not, it's, you know, that when a teenager commits suicide, they want to blame it on, dysphoria.
Yeah.
You know, people didn't accept them. No, they're depressed. There is something in this individual that is causing them to be depressed. And it's all this other wacko crap of people trying to help them by saying, well, maybe you're in the wrong body.
Yeah.
No, maybe there's just something going wrong right now because we don't teach our children. We don't teach our children how to survive. We don't teach them how to live. We coddle them. We have to hug them tighter. We have to do that. And no, the majority, none of them have, especially young children.
Right.
They're not smart enough, or they don't have the mental capacity to be able to say, I'm in the wrong body.
Yep.
Right.
There's something else going on.
They don't.
It's the participation trophy. Everybody just gets what they want, and everybody, no matter. But depression is a real thing, guys. I mean, it's a real thing. It needs treated. It needs to be taken care of. And when it goes untethered, that's what happens.
When it goes, when it goes untethered, you make videos like this lady did. That is depression. There's something mental.
There's,
going on in her
I
head.
mean, you know, depression needs to be taken care of.
Correct.
Because it will lead to suicide in a lot of cases.
It will.
Yeah, and go out and look at the we talked about this again. The big trial that was going on that was going to prove that the medications to give to children, to the puberty blockers and all of this stuff does not affect their mentality. They had to literally stop the study because the children that were given these had the same issues they had before they were given them.
Yep.
So they had to stop the study, and we're not even talking about the study anymore because it didn't get the results they wanted to.
Correct.
And it's like we are harming our children for the dollar.
Yeah.
Because there's so much money involved in this. You heard the whistleblower for Planned Parenthood many years ago that came out and said that Planned Parenthood wants to go to this dysphoria because an abortion is a one-time thing. You may not see that person again. But by God, if you have somebody come in with dysphoria or who you're going to give these puberty blockers to, you have to keep
giving ongoing medication treatment.
And unfortunately,
billions of dollars
this is what they're doing. And
yeah. So,
but we're the bad people.
Real quick.
Well, leave our children alone.
Yeah. Just leave them alone.
Leave our children alone.
Yep.
Plain
It's simple. It's pretty simple. It seems like a simple concept, right, Rich?
Yeah.
She just insulted all her followers. I agree. And schools tell kids what to think, not how to think. Exactly. Homeschooling people. I got one more video, and I know Jim might have some things, so I just want to play this real quick. There's the rumor going around, and Joe Rogan's helping fuel the flames with Elon Musk that they're going to purchase MSNBC. Now Comcast is.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind a 10 o'clock p.m. section for Two Guys, One Coup.
Yeah, I wouldn't either on there, so that'd be fine.
Don Jr. and Elon, they're going crazy.
They're going nuts. Well, this dude at MSNBC is struggling with it. So I've never seen a guy cry like this or have a meltdown on air like this over news that maybe Elon is going to purchase the channel. So here's this guy.
Oh,
that's a guy, right?
No.
To at least.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a guy. You sure?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
hold on.
that's fun. That's funny.
Yeah. Looks like a dude to me. Hold on.
That's
three.
Look at.
Oh my God, lady.
Wait. We put up the graphic of this.
There's the meme that Elon Musk posted. It's so funny.
I'm gonna have to hand this off. Yeah.
Look at this.
Sorry. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. No.
Are you kidding me? That triggered her that bad?
You know, I've said
I could
this
watch
all
that
along.
video all day.
Rachel Maddow is like Sean Hannity.
She's the big one on MSNBC.
She's the big one on their channel.
Yeah, she's the reason MSNBC
Right.
had viewers.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
hard to believe.
Look, she is just like Sean Hannity. They're okay. They don't claim to be journalists. Don't claim to be this and that. So her having those opinions, fine. I disagree with 100% of what she says. But if Sean Hannity can do it, well, then so she can do it. But that's not the point we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay. The point we're trying to make is the entire network. What percentage did we say, Dale? Like 89% of all the news that they had on President Trump was negative.
Yep.
And 89% of everything they did on Kamala Harris was positive.
Positive.
Yeah.
That's why
that's not
they're
journalism.
struggling. Not
Right.
because it's the lying, it's the backing up, the hating of Trump, the bringing up racism, bringing up here we come, Nazi Germany again.
Yeah.
And that's why. Okay, she can cry all she wants to, she can get upset, she can be vulnerable. But if Elon Musk comes in there, Elon Musk is a businessman. If he sees she's the biggest moneymaker on MSNBC, she's not getting fired. She's not going to lose her job. Because she is the largest moneymaker on MSNBC.
Yeah, but if Elon buys it, she won't be the largest moneymaker on MSNBC.
Not if Rogan joins him, if that's the case.
Yeah,
I like Aikens here. MXNBC. It does have a nice ring to it.
I think I think Elon slides you two in her spot. There you go.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
So we need to get back to what journalism is supposed to be.
Yep.
Informing the American people, not your biased bullshit that you're doing. Okay. So, and even the people like Rush Limbaugh who were coming out there and who, these conservative commentators, don't just listen to me.
Yeah.
Go out and do your own research. Don't
Exactly.
just like, listen to us, but then also go out and do your research. And it's going to prove that we are right 99.7% of the time. I think Rush was always 99.4%. Well, we're 99.7%.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, Jim. People will only listen to one newscast, one situation, and then take all their information from that.
That's where they gather it from. You're
yeah.
right.
I mean, and what is the statistic now about people getting information from podcasts? I think it's grown quite a bit.
Oh, it has.
Especially with the younger kids, which is why the younger
Mm-hmm.
generation voted for Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's
well,
what they're
thanks to Barron on that one, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
a lot of that helps a lot too. But it's
well,
just,
he's the one that told him to go on Joe Rogan, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
people are just
It
tired.
was.
People are just tired of watching. Look, I'm tired of watching Sean Hannity. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he gets.
I mean, the guy is all about him. And it's completely all about him.
Yeah,
And-
it's annoying.
and,
He gets annoying, but I mean, that's fine, I guess. But
no, because if you're going to have somebody with a differing view than you have, you have to let them speak.
Yeah,
and you won't let them speak. And so,
I agree.
Well,
anyway,
I agree.
Yeah,
How long's this show going on for? Because I need a bathroom break, Jim.
yeah, we probably should.
It's
But I
true.
do have something to remember here as Thanksgiving's coming up. Folks, just keep this in mind because this is very important to make sure I have it started at 0. I've had some bad luck with that here. But just for those of you Christmas vacation fans, here you go. It's not going to freaking play, is it?
Jim, I don't know what your problem is lately. Nope.
I saw this.
It's not going to play.
Wow.
You got to push the triangle icon.
I understand. It's playing. It's playing. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry I did it again. I don't know what the hell's going on with me.
Jim, I don't either. I think
it was playing. Dale heard it in the background.
I did hear it.
You heard it, right?
It was playing. It was playing before the show. I did hear it in the background. Jim, you try as you may. It's not, and you're
I know.
You're a buzzkill on the show here today. I mean, you're literally are just dead stopping the
Sorry,
show.
folks.
Correct. Jim, we'll try harder on Wednesday, won't we? Won't we, Jim? What did we learn today?
Rich brings all the negativity. See, I bring all this down on you, Jim.
No, it just happens. It happens to me too. It happened one show. None of my videos were playing. I couldn't get them to play. I couldn't, I don't know what happens, but it is what it is. I can't stand people on YouTube, basically, for the most part. So yeah, YouTube's a cesspool. I have nothing else today. I don't know. Jim, Rich, do you have anything else today to add to the show? We will be back Wednesday. I really want people to, we're going to play the Warrior Shield on the way before the show ends and all that, just because I really, people need to go there. They need to go support Warrior Shield itself. Rich, you're here from Grit Gear. Please go support Grit Gear Apparel, Lock and Load Coffee.
Yes.
We appreciate you joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah, it's important. It's a great company. It's helping a small business in a small community. It makes a difference. So please go to gritgearapparel.com.
Shop local.
And shop local.
Yeah.
That is important. It's a good point.
If you can, I get, we don't sell big screen televisions, but shop local when you can.
Yep. Let's hear from Warrior Shield real quick before we come back and wrap it up. All right.
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight.
Yeah, and that's Ryan Weaver in the background too.
Yes,
so go to Ryan Weaver music.
Hey, and if I could, real quick, please, everybody go to warriorshield.net, and if you're able to, .org. I said .net.
Yep, I know.
As a treasurer of Warrior Shield, it takes a lot of money to keep that business going.
Sure does.
501 going, and especially the event we put on. If any chance you can donate, there's a donation thing on our website. You can go and donate, and that money will help proceeds. None of our board members take any salary.
Correct.
So it's a completely, volunteer situation. All the money goes back into who we donate the money to for the year. So please help if you're able to.
Yeah, which is this recipient is the Corporal Chado Foundation.
Yes.
So CPLCHADO.org. Please go there as well. Learn that story. That's who will be the recipient, and you're going to want to attend it in September. It's going to be in Orlando, September 5th and 6th at the Rosen Center. You don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it. If you can't, then donate. Thank you, Buckeye and Jim, for
go to ryanweaver.net to check all his music out as well. So
yeah, please do that. Yeah, it's important. Folks, we will be back on Wednesday. I don't know if Rich will join us or not. Maybe not. He'll be working probably.
I got to get you guys' orders.
Yeah, really. I mean, let's get everybody's orders out there. Use coupon code 2 guys, right? 10%. Or we might have a special code for Black Friday.
I'll let you know by Wednesday, so you can.
We'll let everybody else
it.
know. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Follow us on Rumble here. Please go to our 2 Guys 1 Coup X page at 2 Guys 1 Coup. Please go to at the Patriots Pray too. That's the network's X account. Please go there and like, follow, share that as well. And there it is. Thank you, Buckeye, for putting up there. RyanWeaver.net. So you go to RyanWeaver.net. Yep. He's awesome. Just an awesome guy and true hero for our country. Him and his
served in the Army as an aviator, Black Hawk aviator. So
yep. 2-time Gold Star family member too, which is unbelievable. So, and the guys just got an amazing spirit. So X.com, 2 Guys 1 Coup. Thank you, Buckeye.
All you X, for everybody out there on X, please share this. Let everybody know to follow us. We want to build those numbers up.
We sure do.
And Grit Gear is on X, but we haven't started anything.
You're about to.
Go ahead, you're about to go there and follow us. That's fine. It's under Grit Gear.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I had Grit Gear Apparel.
I think Grit Gear.
I think so too. So too. We will make sure that we'll promote it too on our X page and keep getting it out there. So,
appreciate it.
Folks, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate your support, spending your Monday with us. Monday morning, super important, and it's not forgotten, and we do appreciate you all. Rich, thank you for joining us. Jim, thank you as always for your hard work and contributions to the show. It's important. We will see you all back on our Wednesday, fellas.
Yep. Goodbye.
Have a great day.
See you guys.
A lot to be thankful for, that's for sure. Talk to you soon. Bye.